Hey there, art fans. Welcome to the 2020 Art Madness Bracket. A lot of us, three of us on this screen, I hope all of you reading this, are missing our sports right now, missing the thrill of competition. So your Merton Williams art teachers, we have got together, we've cooked up this art bracket. You've got 8 artists on here featuring a variety of artists. And the winners of these matchups, all the way through to the champion of champions here, is going to be determined by you based on your votes. I am Mr. Smith with my fellow art teacher, Miss Eedle, and with us today is this week's guest analyst, an athletic and physical education artist of his own, Mr. Scaccia. Mr. Scaccia.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Woo! All right, so a little bit about what we're doing here for our kind of March Madness, Art Madness. We've picked some artists that some of them you already know, like one we're going to start with today, Kehinde Wiley. But all of these connect to our middle school curriculum. So some of them are known for drawing. We did drawing at the beginning, some for color, which we just did. Some are mixed media artists, right? But all from around the world, different diversities, which really blends in with our kind of MYP values and our school things. But we want to give you guys the power to decide who you like. We're going to do matchups. We have rounds. We'll have semifinals to our finals. So today we're going to get started with our first round of matchups.
You see the whole bracket on the screen right here. Now, Mr. Scaccia is here to help us break down the first matchup, Kehinde Wiley versus L. Anatsui. Kehinde Wiley, an American portrait artist, incredibly talented, vivid, striking, lots of colors, and you see some amazing work right here on the screen, as well as Kehinde Wiley himself. Versus L. Anatsui. From Ghana originally. He has settled recently, in recent years, in Nigeria. He is a sculptor. You see some incredible textures and just wonderful forms. Very abstract very often, sometimes realistic, but his work is just world-renowned. So 2 very talented guys. Mr. Scaccia, we've got an American painter versus a sculptor from Ghana. How do we break this one down?
Well, I'll tell you what, and I'm missing March Madness myself, so we're going to get this show on the road. Thank you, Mr. Smith, for inviting me. Thank you, Mrs. Eedle, very much for inviting me. The first one we're going to look at is Kehinde Wiley. He is an artist, originally from Los Angeles, paints realistic work, all right, known for using a lot of African-American subjects in heroic poses. I believe I saw a picture of something similar to Barack Obama. And the abstract and the artwork is absolutely unbelievable. All of his artwork is realistic, and you can see all the different designs. So this one's going to be tough.
Yeah, he does some really, I don't know if you know this from looking at the pictures, but his scale size is huge too. A lot of times he can only fit 4 pieces in a museum room at a time for how large scale they are. So They can be anywhere from like 40 feet long in some cases as well.
Wow,
now,
that's
how does he match up against the work, which is incredibly different, equally talented, but very different, against L. Anatsui?
Well, Eedle Mr. He uses a lot of texture, structure. He's a sculptor, so their work in itself is very different. But the thing I like about Kehinde Wiley is he uses a lot of heroic type people that have a lot of impact in history, and he uses them in separate, like, kind of artistic poses, which to me really stands out. Even though Anatsui's work using modern materials and all different types and different forms of textures and all that stuff is absolutely incredible. My personal opinion is I like how Kehinde Wiley uses different types of people in heroic poses to represent different things.
Now, if you had to pick,
so it sounds like you're. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
I was just we're probably going to the same place here. Mr. Scaccia, if you had to vote for one right here, your vote here to lead us off, what do you think?
My vote, are we ready? Drum roll. Kehinde Wiley for his artistic work in heroic poses.
Well, there it is, gang. Kehinde Wiley, that means currently leads, but this is up to you, students and faculty, and anyone we're sending this out to. You get the opportunity to vote. Please click through everything, see what we've got, see what we put together, videos and information, and cast your vote for the tournament. Want thank Mr. Scaccia for his input today. Mr. Scaccia, you've proven yourself quite the expert here on both the arts and physical education. You're a Renaissance man, my friend.
Yes, we're impressed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mrs. Eedle and Mr. Smith, for inviting me on today, and really taking my vote.
We will be back with matchup 2 next week with another guest commentator. So stay with us, and we look forward to seeing who wins this one here. Peace out, gang.
Miss you guys.
Miss you guys.